Good afternoon, fellow traders. Welcome to another episode of the Wolf Den Trader Takeaways. We're excited to have you with us on this journey. Happy summer. Hopefully everyone's coming back from vacation, just getting settled in and ready to bring some massive volume into small caps. So with that being said, let's hop over to executions. Rebecca, thank you so much. Now, the main runner of the day, VISL. We attacked it, small micro float, 500K or so, 1.9 to 2.1 outstanding shares. And like always, we took a look in the filings. Now let me bring you over. Can I direct your attention, please, to the Wolf Trading Discord room, which is on fire today. Now, real quick, this is our new fundamental dilution package that we put together for you guys. No other room is doing this. If you have not joined the Wolf Trading Discord room, it's open enrollment. All we want from you is the passion and the desire to get 1% better every single day. Now, with that being said, VISL just dropped an S1 amendment about 2 hours ago. So we stay up all night on these filings so you guys don't have to. Now, we noticed that on 2/7/19, they had a 424B3 out with 33 million shares on it. So we were looking at that, but then we noticed that that was pre-reverse split. They had a 1-for-10 reverse split on 5/13/19. So those warrants, those 33 million warrants are reduced to 3.3, and the price is multiplied by the reverse split, if that makes sense. If you don't get it, jump in the room, give us a look. So anyway, the S1A is out for 28 or 29 million, and they did not get off some of the warrants before the split. There's still 1.1 million warrants out at 1980. Now I'm short VISL, and I have targets in the 3s and in the mid 2s, so I don't think they're going to go after these 1980 warrants, but just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention. We're on high alert for the 424 and for the effect. Now, with that being said, let's jump over to the 3-year chart. VISL within the last 3 years has been trading sub or over $100. So garbage. This is trash. We know what time it is. We've seen this before. Now, the first thing that I look at that my eyes are drawn to is this 1-for-10 reverse split. And then you better believe they're going to have a conference call right after that, right? So let's zoom in on this chart. Now, we've been trading down in the $1.50 range. I have a main support at $1.22. So this thing needs to be trading at about $1.50. There's $4 resistance, which they pushed up and over. And today we traded 36.6 million shares, which is 85% or 85 times the normal 10-day average. Now, the 90-day average is affected by the 1-for-10 reverse split, so I don't have that information to give you accurately, but let's hop over to executions. Now, I'm struggling with the front. I don't know how else to put it. I had a 357 average, and I just carried it up. Just carried it right on up. This is a mistake for you newer traders out there. Do not do this. You need to cut, and you need to cut fast, especially with this micro float. Now, whenever I see a chart, my brain automatically searches for inefficiencies in the maneuver, right? This is a core trade. I just see the front, I see the back, and I see the mistakes. Now, if you focus on the mistakes, we can improve the mistakes. If we improve the mistakes, we're going to automatically just get better through perfect repetition. So here's a mistake here, not to cut, taking a small starter core up or starter average up into the next consolidation, which was a nice expansion. Was not expecting this much of a push. We had a test at 635, and then we had a nice retracement, right? We flushed down to about $5. Now, from $6.40 to $5 is a $1.40 move. A $1.40 move on a $6 stock is about 20 to 23%. It's a little bit under 25%. So that's a massive retracement. And then for this thing just to get legs like it did, we know there's manipulation going on. We know there's micro float. People are still excited from the money that they made yesterday on CEI. Right, the micro float runner that ran up to like $9, something like that. So everyone's excited. So people are chasing. Longs are chasing this move. Now I'm trying to lean into that chase. I do. Now my max front side sizing can be 25% of my backside sizing. So at this point right here, I'm almost maxed out at that 25%. So I do not add any more until we get sufficient weakness. Now we double topped here at 711, and I liked what we saw from this point. I have a 530 average, a 506 average, and we're trading at $7. This is terrible. This is bad. Do not do this. We get some weakness. Finally, we get some weakness, and we get some more volume coming in, and then we get immediate spanking of the bid right here. A large player wants to take this down, in my opinion. So I hit the bid, I get in, and I take this thing back down a little bit, and I ride this trend. We're sitting on top of VWAP for 2 minutes. Then we flush, retest, flush. I'm in the money, and I trim a majority of the position, probably 40%. I'm not sure, but I took more off than I normally do, especially after I was in the red. Even though it was only 25% of my max backside size, not good. So then we get a little bit more strength, and I'm trying to lean into a lower high, right? That does not happen. We push again, and I lean into a pre-market high thesis. Now I have a 554 average, smaller size than I originally had, trying to get back up to that 25%. Now I'm taking some profit. We cracked the micro support at $7, and I have orders out in front of the tape here at $6.75, and then I have another order out at VWAP. Now this was a really good execution right here. This made me feel in rhythm with the order flow and gave me the confidence to layer strategies, which means I want to scalp the order flow on top of my core strategy, theoretically giving me a better average than I effectively have, if that makes sense. So then I'm just waiting. Now I'm waiting for this thing to push. And it does. We push up to about $8, and I have orders sitting out there. Now I did carry some shares up from a 580 average. Now I'm sizing in at $8, and I'm taking profit early. This thing is strong. We just broke high a day. We have massive volume coming in, and I'm just trying to protect myself, and I take early profit here. Then we start to form a wedge. This 10 a.m. Support line, this massive crack right here. Now I had orders out here. I was expecting a false wedge breakout, maybe to the point of control or a little bit higher. Really wanted to get it some more size in at 770, but we just immediately failed from the wedge. And at this point, this was backside confirmed for me. So at this point, with this support being from 10 a.m., to a 2-hour support line crack is sufficient for me. I would like to see this thing under VWAP, but I switched over to a backside core strategy. Now, when I switch over to my backside core strategy, I'm more aggressive. I'm using aggressive liquidity, and I'm sizing in 3 times larger than my front side strategy. Now, real quick, when I think of a layered strategy system, right? When I think about scalping the tape on top of a core strategy, I think of executions. And basically the executions that I make are a thesis adjustment. So when I'm making an adjustment, I need to, like if you think about it like a hockey game, right? When there's a substitution in a hockey game, the ref doesn't blow the whistle. The players come in and the players come out simultaneously, right? So they're putting fresh legs out on the court or fresh legs out on the ice per se. And basically that's just kind of like me adjusting sizes and putting strategies in different places based off of the feeling and the rhythm from the order flow. Now I'll be talking about this in a little bit more detail, but this is something that I'm just starting to scratch the surface on my journey to becoming market maker. Way down the road. But here we go. This is a channel trade, scalping and trying to add the profits from the scalp to increase my size on the backside core strategy. So here we go, leaning into strength a little bit here, taking profit, just scalping the order flow, adding, scalping, right? We have a 660, 670 support. It's very clear. Someone is soaking a position, or there's larger players involved. Institutions can be buying at this point. We don't know exactly what's going on, but there's support right here above VWAP, and it was hard to trim at VWAP. I couldn't. I had to just watch the offer. I'm watching the offer all day long, right? So then we get a little bit of strength, and I'm continuing to size in to add to this backside strategy. Now, in this backside strategy, we need to see continuation. We need to see lower highs. So I don't want to add up here above the 720, because that breaks the thesis. So I'm going to let this thing wick and, rattle the fence per se, but I'm not going to I'm not allowed to continue this type of size if we're not on the back. So I follow my rules. I don't add on anything that disrupts the thesis. I give it a little leeway here, and we get a flush. Now I take a decent amount of profit here on this flush, and then I add it right back. I do the same thing, rinse and repeat. Now this was strong at this point. I was in a couple different rooms just trying to get general small cap sentiment, and it wasn't, I would say it was 70% long at this point. Just from my general consensus, a couple different rooms, talking to some people. So that was good. It wasn't like CEI yesterday where everyone, like 90% of the people were long, and it was a massive long. But when CEI was selling off as violently as it did today, that gave me a little bit of hope that longs might pull back and chase their orders a little bit less, seeing that we did have a weakness today in small cap. And I couldn't get in right here. I didn't even try, actually. I was still just, I was in the green, and I was just kind of giving this a little bit of time to pick a direction. I'm still carrying some size, but not sized in as large as I could have been. I took a loss yesterday on CEI, so I'm trying to perfect this strategy. We're just getting better every day. Also, a shout out to the guys in the room. We had a great day in Wolf Trading Discord room. We have some new guys in there. We actually have a bunch of highly talented traders in there that are just starting to open up and share their theses, and it was just great to be in the room today with you guys. If you're listening, a shout out to you guys for all the hard work and dedication and passion for trading, right? We're all just trying to get better, and today was a level up day for Wolf Trading, and for all the guys in the room, great work today. I'm taking profit here. Finally, this is the first time I'm taking profit under VWAP, except for this morning, right? So this is a new chart, right? There's new players involved. This is a whole new feel. Now, I had targets down around 620 and here, but I'm starting to widen my targets because we have massive weakness coming in, and the tape is just red, and it's speeding up, and my spidey senses are telling me it's time to get paid. So we have targets set out in front of the tape. Taking profit here at $5, $4.90, $5. All these targets are set out based upon the higher time frame volume deposits. It's a little tricky to get those when there's reverse splits involved, but we did our best, and we gathered these targets, and we did pretty good on that. Now, I didn't want to add below $6 on this because I was afraid of a squeeze, even though the weakness that we had. The manipulation on this, I believe I gave it like a 7 out of 10. So there was potential for a player to come in and squeeze everybody out, in my opinion. That's why I didn't add. I had orders to add at like 620 to 590. I had some orders stacked right here looking to scale into like a 625 line. Then we just continue to sell off, and I finally do recognize that this thing could go pretty low after we break this 485 line. I mark it in, and then I just trim. I'm taking some off at close, and I'm taking some off at 377, and I still have targets set out. Right now I'm carrying about a quarter of the position. I still have targets out at 327, 307, and 237. So I'm hoping those come in tomorrow. And that was a winner. Now let's take a look at CEI. Now remember, CEI was a handful yesterday. Hopefully you guys caught it long. I don't have a long strategy. I'm a short seller. I will have a long strategy, but I traded CEI long, short all day yesterday and took a loss. So I had a little bit of revenge in my blood today, and I was on this thing. I put a good amount of size up here at 640, and I just waited. I set this target out. I reported it in the room that I wasn't going to touch it, and that I had conviction that this thing was going to go back to its home, which is back to the land of trash, around $1.50, $2, maybe even lower. So in about 90 minutes, I took $1.80 out of this move and took some more off right here in the after hours. Now, some guys in the room, shout out to Armor. He added right here. He added at 465, which was previous support. And then he sized in about 480. Fantastic trade. Taking about 60, 70 cents off before trading stopped. So great job on that. My final targets on CEI: 416, 407, 362, 358, and beyond. Like I said, I think this thing needs to go back to trash land where it came from. VLRX. VLRX was identified to us yesterday by a member, Para. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for putting this on the room and alerting us. We went into the filings and we just got a good dig on it. I know that they got a letter for NASDAQ compliance. There's some other issues going on with them. I don't remember exactly, but it's in the Wolf Trading fundamental room if you want to take a look. So I leaned into strength with the 490, 449 average, and then just taking short-term technical profit right here at short-term pre-market support. And then we had a 360, 365, 370 support line right here, and about 3 or 4 guys in the room were trading this. We were kind of putting our heads together and we were talking about targets. We were reading the tape. We were watching this. It was kind of a collective trade, and we did well on this as a room. So we're happy. We're happy about that. And my final targets were 362 and 353. MLNT. MLNT is a swing still. If this thing's going to continue to trend like it is now, I'm going to continue to hold it until it's not cost effective to hold these shares overnight anymore. I have a 612 average. I took some shares off yesterday, and I'm just continuing to trim the position. Orders, I still have some orders out at 483, 427, and 403. And those are the only 4 trades of the day. Today was a green day. It was red on the front of VISL. So that front side is haunting me. Just carrying those shares up like that. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight. We're going to continue to study this. I'm stalking VISL right now, and this needs to be addressed. I'm going to print this thing out. But hopefully you guys did better than I did. On the front side, you'll see better trading from me in the future on the front and better risk management. Now let's hop back over to the Wolf Den Discord trading room. And let's look at the runners, right? These runners are going to be in play tomorrow. CEI, VISL, 2 that we already went over. OHRP. Now this thing had a little pop midday. I still don't have enough information on this one yet, but it's on my radar. I believe it was a low volume push. ATIS was a little chat pump, we believe. I want to shout out to the guy who did this. Thank you. I won't name any names. VLRX. This is on the radar. This thing just kind of won't die. There's enough volume involved on this to where we're going to continue to watch this. It wouldn't get under 350. It's still hanging around. It's like one of the only tickers that just didn't sell off today. So we're gonna watch it tomorrow. CTRV, we're riding on top of that 407 decision point. Let's see what it's gonna do. Hopefully it'll push tomorrow for us. TRXC, we got an eye on this one. Massive volume coming in midday. That right away, I need to get into the news and see what the catalyst was for this push. So I'm going to get into that. And then SEAC. SEAC is on my radar. And we're going to take a look at that tomorrow. Maybe we can get a nice play off that. All right, guys. So thanks for watching. This is The Wolf. And we'll see you next time.